Alright, you know what it is. It's Berserk and we're going to play around with horn response today. Thank you, David McBean, for one of the most amazing programs. I would like to thank Martin King because I've read a lot of his stuff regarding transmission lines, and that guy is absolutely amazing as well. Though I never got to mess with his little program because of so much abuse to it by other people, his knowledge that he has left on the internet is wow. I don't claim to know everything about acoustics, but I do try to understand it. It's very fascinating. I'm very fascinated with acoustics. So, let me, let's see, where did I put them? Where did I do it? Where's all my, oh, there it is. Okay, so, let's see what the DAT says. Okay, so, we put wizard. Start with free space, I ain't worried about that. Backload it. Go with 4 segments. We'll go with conical, exponential, parabolic, Noah, throat up, chamber. Or like throat chambers. And good mate, Rick. I don't like them. They crash. Okay, so let's see here. 25.4 is 3.1496 times 3.1496. 06299. Am I right? I said, am I right? Yes, Mr. Pastorino. So, time 3.14159. Okay, so let's see. Let's see, square millimeter. 26. Okay, so alright, and by the way, when you double click on SD, a little window will pop up. Let me add that window so you see what I can see. This will pop up. This little window here. Okay, and that will allow you to enter information about your driver, such as CD78.7, VAS is 1.97 liters, QES is 0.664, QMS is 7.42. QTS might seem a little high at the moment. we're still going to explore around with what is capable with this speaker, because I don't think it's a turd. I believe that any speaker can be used in a horn. My opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. Aye. So, we're going to go to Wizard. And we're going to bring that down over here. We're going to come back over here. We're going to come back over there. And the capture 2 is going to be Speaker Wizard. Okay, so this is what we'll have right here. Okay, so as you can see, starting here, there's our speaker. So basically, this is the cone, and this is the basket, and then here, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, and its mouth. And so this is S5, S4, S3, S2, S1, right here. And basically with this design, the speaker will actually fold back into the box, and it will fire into the mouth here, and then turn around and fire right back into another section, hopefully right at the 1/3 mark of the driver. As you can see, we'll start here. So right here is our power, and here's our displacement. We're already at 2.5. This has a total excursion of 1 inch. That's full mechanical. So we got 25 millimeters to play with. But and already response, it's not that bad. It can be worked. Let me get my calculator out of the way. All right, so I'm going to bring this down more so. There we go. You know what? I'm actually going to put that up to 100. There we go. We bring this down to about 200. This down. And we're definitely going to bring this down. I'm going to start at 750. And we're going to go to, as you see right here, if you click on that, as you can change to S5 and manipulate that. And we're going to start with right here. And we're going to bring it down. And we're not looking for any particular peculiars here yet. We're just picking a starting spot and seeing what we can do and how it affects the horn as we manipulate it. So we went to 400. I pretty much made that thing punch, but I don't like that. Let's move. There we go. Evens them two out. Right here you can see I'm not really using a whole lot of X mics here. So eventually when you add power, which you can go down here, go up. We'll add 60 watts. We'll go ahead and move X max up to let's say we'll use half of the throw. Right here you see and already it's pretty loud for a 4-inch driver, to be honest with you. Yeah. So add a little sound fiber and see if we can get that back in a little bit. Yeah. That's that driver well, isn't it? It's almost usable like that in my truck. There's a small section in my truck from 60 to 150 hertz, 160 hertz that my sub and mid-range can't meet. So there's this huge spike like this in my truck. Right here is right here. So I could actually use that in my truck in this manner. I gotta make sure I don't add any power to it though. Okay, so I need to use well, much better. Yeah, because see my sub can play about here, about 127, 126, from about here to here. So I got roughly 25 hertz to about 62 hertz is, so my sub can play to here. We'll just say 60 hertz. Even though I got my sub set to play to about 120, I'm not getting anything truly above 60 hertz. And I might be getting a little bit at 80, but I'm not getting a lot. And it's not very happy. So I need to figure. I bought these to experiment with in my truck to see if I could use these to my advantage in this truck. And it looks like I can. It's definitely usable. I think I could even use it all the way up to probably 5. No, I only used the first 2. Okay, that's 16, 16, 16. So if I go bigger with S4, I can limit it right there to 200 hertz because my mid-ranges are good to about 100 hertz. And actually I can get them all the way down to 90 E with ease. Below that they don't like it, and they're going to be pretty even with that. And they'll easily play, and they're designed to play the full mid-range. And they're coaxials, so they got a tweeter on them, so, but my woofers, they play somewhere around in there. So if I could use this driver to cover, I need to get that pulled out though. Let's see. I'm gonna add a chamber on the back end of this bad boy. See, we're gonna do that. 8 inches. Okay. Hi. What you doing, bud? Hmm? Well, this is about 9 o'clock, so this thing's probably gonna get one more, huh? 83? Yeah. There you go. Hi. How you doing, Jack? Hmm? Hi. Hi. Hi, Jack. In case you're wondering, there's a lizard in there. Yeah, mate. It's just a little beauty. That deal on. You know, we ain't that deal on. Anyway. Let's see what this looks like. I don't like that. That PS looks like shit too long. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Reality. But it is where that sub's gonna be fucking going. need it for 25 ohms. Woo, woo. It's pretty steep down back. It's only 100 hertz, but let me tell you, well, it'd be alright from here to about here, but this not going to reflect well. And I'm only doing half space, quarter space, eighth space, because I want to experiment with under my truck. But just don't think driver all that happy with it, mate. Ooh, I don't know what that looks like, because that looks like shit. It's really interesting how the response curves change when you change a parameter. There you go, Greg. Yeah. Quit being annoying every day. I'd open the window, but I'm going to try and tear up the screen. He's a pesty one, man. He's always pesty. I love him to death, though. I really do. But he's just a pesty one. He likes to go outside, but the problem with him going outside is he likes to run the fuck away. And this ain't a place you can just run away. You know what I mean? A bird is eventually going to yap this one up, because he likes to move too much. You know, as much as he moves, if I was a bird, I'd fuck him up. I'm like, oh, look at this goddamn goblin snack. You know, it's over with. Gone. Just sit and enjoy the damn sunshine there. We'll put you in the front windowsill where it's dark. The little turkey. He wants to go outside. And I know that's what it is. But the problem is, he likes to run into the neighbor's yard, and the neighbors aren't home, because he likes to run over there where he can just sit in the sunshine and can't nobody move him if he tries to do something stupid. But also in the same respect, he likes to try and get underneath the shed and hide. Well, that knocked it down, didn't it? Still at 30. No. Oh, down to 18 now. All right. And that is at about 75 hertz. I can handle that. There, look at that. 9. Oh. It's just increasing the impedance now. Well, that's lowering the impedance there. Bring it down. Okay. Get that down some. Ew. Oh, that came right back, didn't it? And that's what it currently looks like. The driver's right here. Driver's there. Basket. The throat. The front of the speaker is. Oh, sorry, I got this one backwards. Yeah, the cone is here, firing into the box. This is a backloaded horn, so the horn is on the back side, loading the driver. It's loading the back of the driver. I wonder if I should have just left it at 3 segments. Excuse me. They're just don't seem to want to come out. Still rough, but push down more so by 70, closer to 70. And everything from 100 hertz. Ugh. I'm gonna say that's 600 or 1,000. No, because I was gonna cut off at 500. Went from 100, 500. Curious. Filter wizard. On. We're going to set this one to 100 hertz, second order. And this one's going to be set to 500 hertz. Second order. Power. Fred, there's nobody in that window, brother. There's nobody outside that window. It's you. I know. It's you, Greg. Want me to move you elsewhere? You want to go somewhere else today? You all pissed off at your reflection, looking stupid. Every day you get mad at your reflection. Every day, Greg. Same thing. Yeah. Every day you get mad at your own reflection. That's pretty dumb. And I know you're not a dumb lizard. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Be right back, I go to the bathroom. Okay. So he sucked. Oh my God. Hmm. Wow. And you know, for a warhead sour rope, there's I mean, they're good, but they're not. What's going on? What the hell? No problem. Okay. Okay. Cancel that. Okay, so let me redo that. Wave simulator. Current resident. Alright, so add a border. And that would sit on that. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of simulating under my dash here and my floorboard. Let's see what the disbursements are going to do. Which this wall wouldn't be there. So this is assuming that that's a lot of red.
You need to go outside?
Of course. I'll be right back. Let me take my dog out.
Come on.
this is kind of the side of my dash where it stops, and then the radio is on this side of it right here. So if I had the horn box just firing to the side of the cabin, that wouldn't sound good. What 200 hertz gonna look like. Can you just hang out, Rick? Why are you being pesky today? You wanna come hang out with me? Come on. You come hang out with me now. Yeah, there's Greg. Say hi, Greg. How you doing, Greg? Tell him hi. Say hi. Look. Hi, guys. Okay. That's interesting how the compounds here and then back here, which this wall would be much farther. I'm gonna move this whole thing over just so that way move nothing. Yeah, this wall here and this wall here, so your box and enclosure would be right about here. Well, right here is where your other wall would be, so it wouldn't compound as much there here as simulation suggests. But I can see that a lot of irritation will be up in my dashboard, and I don't like that. In fact, I don't like that response curve at all. So yeah, okay, 8 space. You can be an each frame, mate. An H a framer. Yeah, mate. Control E, mate. No, mate. Let's go over here, mate. Alright, mate. There we go. So, what here? Basically a bevel with 8 on each side. 8 inches. And basically a 16-inch wide, 16 inches wide with a baffle here and a speaker flying one way and a basket flying the other way. So I like that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. But that's as small as I can make it. Okay. that impedance. 80 ohms at 34 hertz. Thank God I ain't playing that low, huh? I just want to cut it off at 100 hertz. Actually, I like it down to 60. So, just pressing 60 hertz. Half inch. Okay. Let's 30 watts and see what we got. So 30 watts. So I'm using about 6 inches, just above that. Okay. You can see mid-range at 30 watts. This speaker's going to do a great job. It's not going to be, it won't cross over where I want it though. So to do that, lower one side, extend out the other. Let me get it to extend out as low as I want. I basically need 100 centimeters and 100 centimeters on one side. What are you doing, Mr. Red? Huh? I don't like that. So we're going to eliminate that. Make that go. Really, I don't even want that side. That one. Do 100 hertz. There's no way we take that much power. That's just great. So that speaker could handle that much power. At 100 hertz. So one I could do down to 80. If I wanted to, an open baffle, if I set the filters low enough, That is crazy. Seeing already an open baffle. Frankly. Mm, 700 hertz for 600. I'd rather cut off at 5, slope it down, and bring this down. So we can bring that down with power. Hmm. To 100 watts there. Hmm. Wow. Well, think I have found a fucking winner. That looks good. That was real good. That crossed perfectly. So two of them drivers look incredible in isobaric. I think I have found a winner for what to do with that driver. I got two ND series, ND 105 4 ohms from Dayton Audio. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with them, but I found them and I bought them. And I think I'm going to get two more. And if I get two more, what is it, Greg? I think I'm about two more. Just build a baffle. There we go. I'm going to auto switch to a U series. It's only 155 square inches. You want to show yourself? Or are you hiding, Greg? You hiding? You not going to hang out, Greg? not gonna hang out? What you doing? Huh? Huh? What you doing? What you doing? Hmm? What, Greg? Huh? Feels good. Ah, yes, right there. Got free head scratching. Ah, yeah, that's mm. Mm. I can deal with that. A little bit, that ain't no big deal. I'm gonna set the crossover point to about 500, so it'll drop off after that anyway. You want back in here, Greg? Hang out in your sunshine. Yeah. I'll leave the door open so I don't get too hot for it. But kind of need to. Oh yeah, there's a lot of weight up there, isn't it, Greggy? There you go. Okay. I know I started out with wanting to play with horns, but looking at the impedance curves, I just don't think the driver has enough motor force and cone control for it. In fact, I think it can be done, but it's not going to be one of those I can stick it under my dashboard size horns. It would have to be part of a larger system. In your house where you have space to utilize, say, a horn that's probably as long as a transmission line. Honestly, because in reality, to get that to work, we would have to use a very large horn, I think. Especially one that didn't really Okay. Yeah, I thought so. But I think the speaker could work, but I mean, ideally, speakers for horns, you got two types. You got a horn that can go up to 1 kilohertz, and then you have ones that can go above 1 kilohertz. So you only have really two categories: below 1 kilohertz and above 1 kilohertz. What horn do you want? And sub-bass horns and mid-range horns, mid-bass horns, mid-bass horns are very big, very powerful. In fact, I was okay. Enough of that one. Let's see where the no. Let's see. CPL. You know what? Just gonna. Okay, about that. Let's just go to the beginning. Add. Input wizard, a space, because the sub would be in the back, horn load, front loaded horn, because we're going to put a box on the back. It's going to be 3 segments, conical, spindle, parabolic, rear chamber, vented, be a throat chamber. That is correct. Okay. There we go. So I don't know what predetermined driver they had in there, but it's not the driver I want. Though incredibly, they autoed that horn. Incredibly. And that was a nice looking response curve, man. I mean, it was nice. Real nice. Watch how ugly this one is. Piella. Of course. Everybody. Everything.
Come on. I don't need your help.
You can't have alone time when you own a pit bull. I don't care what you do. You can't own it. You own a pit bull, you don't get free time. That is the most pestiest son of a bitch. I don't care what you think. It's a pesky dog. I've had him for a while. At least 20 years. Been around him for at least 30. That's one pesky dog. Okay. So. Damn lizard. Pesty. And this one has to be see. At least 53. We'll go 54. And then, let's see. 21 times 2 is 42. 42 is 270. Excuse me. It's 812. Let's carry this out to 800. I'll just go 813. And we'll make that the same length. We'll make that the same length. Let's see. Oops. That didn't work. So, and a little. Oh. Now that's maybe 1 cubic foot. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so, let's see, it's got to be, I'll go with 2270, no, yeah, 23, okay. Impedance is off no? Well, I'm not going to be able to add a whole lot of power. Well, no. Let's go straight RMS. Okay. Wow. That's a really steep transient. Basically. Oh, wow. Nice though. That's only right there because that horn's gonna have to be much longer. Much longer. Right there. Okay. Push that impedance on. Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to do. It's less impedance now. frankly, in my opinion, in my truck, 140 dB at 33.25 hertz, it's going to be aggressive. Aggressive. So, correlation. Of course, those are shooting. Uh, 620 square inch mouth, and basically a 21 for the basically I don't really play all that low, but I do want it low enough that I can hit 30 hertz in the tuning. Probably. It's at 34 hertz is fair. I mean, I mostly listen to a lot of rock and roll and country anyway. But I mean, that's, in my opinion, here to here, that's a big volume difference. So it'd be loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet. You wouldn't be able to audibly hear these changes if they were up here. So we need to get these spikes down like that. And frankly, you're going to have to lose output to get those spikes down. Yeah, I don't want to touch that. Down enough you can't hear the volume changes. Come on, baby. Put that number 2 down. So that spike there and that spike there. Let's come out. Increase just to 2 cubic foot. Okay, so basically button right up to the driver. Okay. There we go. Impedance changes are much better now. Still don't like the response. These 2 dips, pretty dramatic. This one I can live with, because from here, there, I'm good. I don't mind that. But the audible difference from there to there is 4 dB. So you're not really going to hear it. Whereas you'll hear this one. This one is twice as loud as. So, you know, at 50 hertz, it's twice as loud as 62 hertz, 65 hertz. 70 hertz. So, basically, be loud, get really loud, and get really quiet again. It's usable in like car audio, but not how I like it. I don't like it that way. We're going to increase this. How we're going to increase it to 800 too. 13. We're going to increase this to. Bring this up to about 15. Increase this about 2250. Wow. Basically, I need it that big now. Show you this schematically. It's huge. This here doesn't look very big, but it's actually 21 inches by like 2 inches tall. So 21 inches wide by 2 inches tall, and then it's 100 centimeters from the face to where the driver would actually be sitting. So it's a lot bigger than it looks, because here it's like 24 by 24 for 200 centimeters. So non-small by no means. In fact, it's 1,085 square inches. So 45 by 24, fucking huge. Okay, that's a big tube. A big tube. Basically a 32 and 15/16 square tube. It's 200 centimeters in length. Massive. But with one sub, I mean, look what we're capable of with one speaker in that. And that can be work. It ain't pretty, it ain't ideal, but we can decay it some. I don't like how it decays with them two. It is usable in car audio. The punch heavy from 20 hertz to about 60 hertz, which you know, most people's vehicles, that's where they're compressing at. So, you know, 130 dB is pretty fair for people that are focusing on a very small range of music. But not I. No, not I. Like here, we're going to do a bass reflex. Right? Yeah, then a driver, pace driver. Okay. And this one, let me see up here, because up here, alright, so it starts out with an absolute pooker of a duker. Not appreciating that. Let's get some here. Start there with 180. We'll start with 170 liters. We'll start there. And we're going to extend out the port to 40.64. Like right now, this is my current system that I built. It does pretty fair in my opinion. I can tell you, it's taking more power than that. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, oh, I have the center filters, that's why. Oh, why could I add the, what you see in here is box. There's your phase. Let's see, output one. That's your driver. Yeah, one. Combined. Okay. Which I do know, that's what I got right there. Yeah, that's what my current system's doing. So 250 watts. It's not a whole lot of power, but about 25 hertz, somewhere in here, to about 60 hertz. This spike, it's not there. It's, my system is from 25 hertz. Now this spike, that's how loud my system is getting. And I'm doing pretty fair with a single 18-inch subwoofer in a I don't want a whole lot of power, you know. Not thinking about that. Not really something I concern myself with, you know, realistically. So LC here is my driver sitting on a top panel, so we got a box with a port down here. My driver is sitting like this, alright, firing up, and there's 24 inches from this baffle to the bottom baffle. So about 40.41. That's my system. It just don't seem right, you know. Just doesn't look how it sounds in the truck. But then again, that's because I know what it is. Hold on, because options. Tools. 'Cause I know there's an option. Something right about that. Thought I could stretch it out wider. Yeah, I'm gonna single out the width of the curve. I thought I was able to do this. Let's see. This set to 150 hertz. Yeah, set to 25. And if this was stretched, where you didn't see that, it would look far more accurate. Oh, well, if I show you what's going on, you'll know. Yeah. Okay, so add power to it, and then we're back to it. Oh, I see. You can't do it when it's on max PLO. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, there we go. Yeah, mate. Pure. There we go. Yeah. Now we'll see what it do. Okay, that's more like it. That's what my curve looks like. Except, if the image was wider and you could only see from 10 hertz to 500 hertz, it'd look a lot more accurate with what I'm hearing inside my vehicle and capturing with the analyzers inside my truck. So, that looks alright. Oh, yeah, here. There we go. And see what I did here is I'm able to cut the filters on and off. So the gray line now represents original, and this is with the filters. So if we were only able to see like 250 hertz, this would look far more accurate and nicer than what it looks at the moment. Either way, I mean, it sounds good in my truck. I'm not complaining. I actually like the way my system sounds. I think it sounds very clean, especially with rock and roll. I like a lot of Tool, which has, in the old days, I like old school Tool. Old school Tool, very low, grungy garage, so very loud, very deep, rich bass. Paul Duar, I've always enjoyed his bass. I like his tones, that little bit of distortion and grunge to his tones. It's why my system has to play low, because songs like Sober by Tool, that gets low. Like when it's in my truck, it's and my driver is like, bro. So I think let's say it's like 28 hertz, 30 hertz. It ain't. It's no, it's below 30 hertz because my stuff plays 30 mean. It's got to be 20, 25 hertz. I mean, it's low and it's. And when it hits, when that goes, my whole seat just. And it's not a lot of fake. I'm telling you, it's not. I gotta listen to it. My amp does. $900 RMS at 1 ohm. And max is. My amp puts out 1308 watts to my 1.55 ohm load. It's gonna be different. Let's see. Capture that shit. Get out of my way. Driver. Yeah. Carry down to 1.5. from yeah, because right now I'm throwing right at 50.2 volts going to my driver. That looks a lot more better. That looks a lot more accurate with what I got going on. Port velocity should be too high. Correct. Okay. That's what I thought. Alright, so that looks a lot more correct with what I got. Impedance. Favorable. Flavorable. Imperable. But that's what my stereo looks like inside the truck. A lot more accurate. Because from 30 to 60 hertz, it gets down, and then it just falls off in volume after that point. In stereos, you'll hear a lot of F3, F6, and F10, and that's negative 3 dB to negative 3 dB, and then negative 6 to negative 6 dB. This negative 6 dB is half as loud. So here, you see my max is 136.331. So we would say roughly this way, 26 hertz to 136 hertz is my bandwidth. So that'd be, so from 26 hertz is half as loud as 40 hertz. And my 60 hertz, you can't audibly hear the change in volume from 40 hertz. And it says that my subs should be able to have volume at 136, but I'll be honest with you, I run it to 150 hertz and then peter off. But for the most part, I set my my filter to 100 hertz and right there, and set it and forget it. Because I'm getting a little higher than what it suggests. You know, it suggests that I should only be able to play to 62 hertz, but I'm getting a little higher out of that. But it's probably also because of the box that I'm using. I love my little piece pipe. But I'll probably never truly throw all my power. Yeah, I do. I abuse my sub, and it continues to beat, and I abuse it. People talk crap about CT Sounds being a cheap Chinese sub. Let me tell you something. I consistently throw more power to my sub than what it should be able to handle I've consistently heard the piston go and and overthrow. It just keeps plucking along, man. And it hasn't lost no volume. It hasn't lost no sound pressure, no capabilities. It just gets. It just beats and skeets. You know, so it don't do nothing. It just keeps going. Keeps going. And I'm thankful for that. Because it's a beast of a sub. And for 650 watt, now for $179, that's a hell of a sub for 200 bucks. You know, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with its performance. It's the type of bass I like. It works great for rock and roll. It's very fast and responsive for a heavier sub. But as much as I enjoy it, I want to go infinite baffle, and that sub ain't gonna work because it's only a 1/2 inch of X Max, and I want at least an inch. So I'll probably move to a Sundown Audio sub. Realistically. Unless I can find a good, not beat up stereo integrity subwoofer. Or an older FI that's not been abused. Probably go that route. That'll probably happen this summer, hopefully. I got a lot going on though. I'll be moving here soon. Moving back to Colorado from Wyoming. Up into the mountains of Colorado, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if they may be able to get it done before winter, but if not, it's all good. I'll be working a lot. I got me a job working for the state of Colorado, so you know the deal. But I'm done for the day. I'm gonna get out of here, play a little bit of gaming, clean my house, and catch you later.